Food waste is one of those waste streams where it's very compostable, and we're still throwing so much of it away, but a lot more of the organic waste that we generate every day across the stream: agricultural, municipal, commercial, institutional, industrial. The role that food waste plays in the circular economy is interesting because food waste happens along the entire food supply chain, right from where it is produced to where it is processed, manufactured into other things, at the point of distribution, at the point where it is in the store and being sold, at the household. That's you could look at that in a circular way, that it's a circle from where it's grown, goes through manufacturing, distribution, retail or delivery, consumer, and then it should be recovered and go back into the system eventually, whether you first generate renewable energy from it and what the digestate or the compost goes back into production. That food waste in and of itself it's a circle. It should be circular and not linear.
What I would tell somebody who says that recycling their food scraps is not important is that right now what they're doing with their food scraps is extremely detrimental to both their public health and the health of this planet. Here in Hartford, we live with an incinerator. It's about 4 miles south of here. And an incinerator is going to burn those food scraps. And the CO2 and also the air particulates that are created in that process of combustion are extremely detrimental to public health. It's silly that we continue to do this when we have a really viable option in composting, because not only are we doing something that mitigates the process of combustion, but also we're making a very, very important product with it in compost.
Breathe in the air that you're breathing in, and realize that food waste is one of the biggest polluters when it ends up going to the landfill of the environment that we live in and the air that you breathe. And so fortunately there's folks that are doing things that actually help minimize the effects of food waste, and they're oftentimes a more economical way than sending it to a landfill. To those folks that don't think food waste is important, if we keep wasting food the way that we're doing and we don't find a better solution other than putting it in a hole in the ground somewhere in the United States or in the world, we're going to have bigger problems with the environment than we already do.
When food waste breaks down, it breaks down quickly, and the methane that is generated gets emitted before that landfill cell gets covered in cap. And if that landfill is capturing the landfill gas, they've lost that opportunity. So from a very fundamental greenhouse gas emission standpoint, you don't want to throw away your food waste. What you want to do is eat it, preserve it, freeze it. If you can't get around to eating it, buy less of it. What you don't want to do is throw it away.
Well, day-to-day operations with food waste is basically the inconsistency of food waste. So there will be some days that we have too much food waste and not enough processing capacity, where there'll be some days where we don't have anything and we're trying to figure out what to do on that particular day. The one thing that I would recommend to businesses to reduce their food waste is to plan. So I see a lot of food waste coming through this building, and if there was additional planning involved, I think they could eliminate a large portion of the food waste that they send to us.
People are just really waking up to all things food waste and wasted food, and there's so many great resources and experiences with how to recover, donate, and recycle and prevent. Compost markets, that's why we do it.